Some people say that fashion is an attire of capital, a skin of coreless component, a power of taste that starts in a small group of people. Fashion could be measured in months, days, hours, or even minutes. What is in today could be out tomorrow. What does fashion tell us? Fashion deals with both aspects of art and science. It is one of the ways in which we can study human behavior. It is passion and a desire to truly understand human beings with all our might. When that job is to add more value to what we already have, it is down on us that Thailand needs someone with such power, a cultural power that can turn a small country into a powerful nation, a power to conquer without compulsion. No hands need to be raised, no heads need to be bowed down to the ground, a power that people are willing to be taken control. We would like to introduce you to a young lady who is so passionate about fashion. Her life is as fascinating as the latest collection of a lookbook. Let's get to know more about her. Piyavipa Indradat. Hello, Piyavipa. Welcome to U-30.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna start off with some simple questions.
All
How
right.
old are you?
I'm 26 years old now.
That's the same age as me. I should be calling you P. Your father, General Trairong Indradat, is an eminent military officer. Were you brought up under strict rules?
Yeah, I was brought up quite strict when I was younger. Because, for instance, when I was young, I always have my driver everywhere, every time, the whole time. And then I have to report him, where am I going to go, that kind of thing. And I have curfew, I have to come back home by 10, that kind of thing. But after, when I grew up, he kind of changes. He's more understandable and he kind of more relaxed. But still, I have to call him and say okay, I'm going this place, that kind
But
of
you still
thing.
have a driver?
No, I don't have any driver anymore. I have to drive myself. But I have to report him instead.
Your mom's a university lecturer.
Yes.
What does she teach?
She teach economics and leadership, but she teach from bachelor degree to PhD at Ksetsat and Rangsit University.
So what was it like being brought up by two quite different parenting backgrounds?
It's actually pretty good because my mom is more relaxing and she's more modern because she teaches university, so she understands the kids more. And she kind of brought up me like an open-minded kind of people. But from my dad, he's really strict. So I think it's a good balance because if it was just with my dad, it'd be really boring, that kind of thing. But if it was with my mom, there would just be too much freedom. So they kept my balance well.
Oh, really? Your mom gave you a lot of freedom?
Yeah.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
A lot of people don't know you studied in the UK, obviously. I actually met you there.
Yeah.
Can you tell us where you studied? From what age, and then where did you go for university and stuff?
Yeah, I went to study at Rodin School in Brighton since '99 till 2004. So I did my GCSE and my A levels there, basically.
And then afterwards,
afterwards, I came back to study in Thailand. Did economics at Thammasat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was for your bachelor degree?
Yeah, for my bachelor degree.
Why did you come back to Thailand?
Well, because I've been away for quite a while, and my parents think that it's hard to survive in Thailand because you need to know lots of people.
Yeah.
You have to have connection. So that's why they kind of want me to come back here and study here to get some friends. So because my life gonna be here anyways.
Yeah.
So it's better to have some friends here.
But then you went back to study masters.
Yeah, and then I went back to study masters again because I want to do something that I like, and they don't have it here in Thailand.
What was that?
I want to do fashion branding or brand management. So I went to Instituto Marangoni to do my master degree.
See.
Yes.
But you also have a degree in economics.
Yes, from the bachelor.
But you want to do fashion branding more.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's because since I was young, I was really into fashion designing and all kind of designs. But because I did my bachelor in economics, I want to do something that I love, and I studied together. So this is like the perfect subject that combined everything that I like and I love together. Yeah.
Cool. So what exactly is fashion branding, and how is it different from other types of branding?
Well, fashion is I have to describe fashion first. Fashion is a trend or something that's actually accepted at some point of time, and so it have like a shorter life cycle on the shelf, and so it's more active comparing to other products. So when you do fashion branding, you have to be really active the whole time, and you need to know what's happening around you, not just the fashion industry, but everything like economics, politics, and everything.
Can you tell me where you worked previously?
I was working at CMG for a buyer at Versace Group, so I did the whole group. It's like the main line versus Young Versace, Versace jeans, and yeah, all of them.
In your own opinion, what makes Versace such a globally renowned brand?
I think they have a really long history, and the designer is well established, and they know how to represent themselves. And because they have so many different lines in their company, like I said before, that means they can serve to every target group, like from the younger generation, like 5 years old, till you know, like our grandmoms, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I think that's their strength. Yeah.
You also work with a lot of new fashion brands.
Yes.
As like a fashion counselor.
Yeah.
What interests you with these new up and coming brands?
I think it's more challenging and more fun. And when you work with these new people, they have more energy, and like mostly I think it's because when they started up and you started up with them, you're more intimate with them, and you feel like you're having an achievement with them together. So you feel more, I know, like emotionally connected with the brands.
Yeah. Can you recommend me like 3 new brands locally or internationally that's like good and up and coming?
Well, for me, I'll recommend what I like anyway. There's first brand called U-30. It's an American brand, but the designer is Asian.
Right.
And the other one is Charlotte Olympia. She's like a shoe designer. I like her because her style is really strong. And her sister is the muse for Chanel as well.
Who's that?
Alice Stella, the one with the chef hair. Yeah, that's her sister. And the Thai brand is What If. It's my friend Boat Tatwasin. He just graduated from LCF. He did menswear, and he's starting doing this design. And he collaborated with Kun Pom, she is like an illustrator in Thailand, and she did a fabric design for him, and they work together.
Where can I find his stuff?
I think it's online.
It's online?
Yeah.
What do you think of the people who work in the fashion business in Thailand? Do you think they're like as cool and stylish as they look in the magazines?
Well, I think they're weird. I think it's because we want to express ourselves in different ways.
Yeah.
And so we try to do something to catch attention. And so that's why it come out to be maybe like wannabes, like when you're younger. But actually, I think it's good to have some, how to say, like experiment.
Yeah.
To know what you actually are, that kind of thing.
Do you think people have to become like friends with everybody and be friendly with everyone, and actually sometimes they're not as friendly as they appear to be?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. I think it's that kind of connection that we need to have in every field, really, and especially in fashion.
Yeah.
So people tend to be really friendly, but mostly business-wise.
Yeah, for benefits.
Yeah,
basically.
for benefit. Yeah, friends of benefit. But I mean, I got lots of really good friends who's actually working in fashion, so I wouldn't say like, you know, that all of them are really scary. Yeah.
You seem to enjoy living your life with a lot of friends, a lot of going out, a lot of traveling. Are these qualities essential for the way that you live and work?
It is really essential because I'm working as like PR and communication, branding. So that's one thing that you need to have to be a good PR. You need to be friendly, you need to be active, and you need to be able to communicate with other people and not scared of, you know, get to know new people.
Yeah.
So I think it's really benefit me because I get loads of connection. So it's easy for me to get a job, and like people can help me a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and I can ask favor maybe from you or from anyone, that kind of thing.
Are you working on any particular projects right now?
Well, I'm working in several projects right now.
At the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. So for my family, I'm doing like a community mall at Khao Yai, which is like totally different things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm working as a brand consulting. I'm working now with the brand called Bricks. It's an Italian traveling bags, and they just distribute it in Thailand.
Okay.
And I'm doing some other project with like young designers, new designers, and another Thai brand. They're gonna relaunch their brand soon, but I can't say the name yet.
Okay. Do these brands contact you personally, or do you have your own business where these brands
they
come?
contact me personally, as most of them kind of know that I'm doing this right now, and then I tell people about it, so they contact me. Yeah.
Okay. You're also a DJ.
Yes.
When and where did you acquire this skill?
Well, basically, I started out just because I like to go to parties.
Yeah.
And I got loads of friends who DJ.
Yeah.
And then one day my friend was like, do you want to try it out? So I was like, okay, fine. And then I got my controller, I bought it, and then I asked my friends who are like loads of DJs to teach me the techniques and everything. And then, because my friend do parties, so they invite me to go DJ and stuff, which is really good fun, like totally different experience.
Yeah. It's like work and play at the same time.
It's fun.
When's your next gig?
Hopefully around mid-July. My friend's having an art exhibition at the W Hotel, and I'll be spinning there.
Cool.
So come over if you can.
I will. So, what kind of music are you most into?
Well, before I did like rock indie, that
Uh-huh.
kind of thing, and did some girly 80s stuff at
Uh-huh.
demo.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm into like new disco and like two-step and that like experimental hip hop.
Uh-huh.
So I want to go on that path more because no one actually does it here. really.
All right, no one really does it here.
No, definitely no girls DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If your identity is to be made a fashion brand, what kind of brand would it be?
Well, I just have to say it's gonna be like really personal style. Like I want to say, I don't know, like girly, rock, glam, and punk. So that's like really me.
Uh-huh.
And I want it to be more of a high street kind of thing, not high-end brand, because that's what I like more.
If you want to be a fashion counselor for your own brand,
Yeah.
what advice or marketing strategy would you give yourself?
Well, if it is a brand, I would tell her to study the market. It's like the most common thing first. You have to study the market. You have to know your segmentation, targeting, and positioning. And you need to find your own unique selling point. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So if is a brand, I would say that she would really differentiate it because most of the Thai designers here are more like really girly,
Yeah.
or like showing their flesh, like
Yeah,
sexy
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. But if it was this, it should be like more niche market, like rock girl or like cool street style,
Yeah.
rather than the mainstream kind of thing. Yeah.
If Thailand is a brand, what are the strengths and shortcomings of Thailand as a brand?
Well, branding in Thailand is really big, but I would say I'll focus on like fashion branding of
yeah.
Thailand because it's my expertise.
Yeah, it's what you do.
So, well, I think our strength now is really developed from we used to be before. We're now acceptable for Thai designers
Yeah.
and design view in everywhere, and loads of big university have fashion studies for
Yeah.
everyone to be able to learn about it. I think that's the good thing, but the bad thing about it is we're too good at copying. So we kind of still copy from maybe like even the local brand copy each other, and we definitely copy from like international brand. But I think that's a bad thing because when you want to be creative and then when you want to market it out, then the next day definitely there's going to be someone copying you. So that's quite hard to do. Yeah.
What would be your strategy in marketing, like the fashion of Thailand? How would you
Well, I
doing
would
it?
go about to at first thing we have to create like the brand identity, which means Thailand have to produce something to let people know that they're really creative, they're inspirational, and we're ready to be in a global scene. But now because the brand image is something that others people see about you, but the brand identity is what you are. So right now our brand image is not coincide with our brand identity. So we need to create that in order to make this go together, and then we can push like the boundaries of the fashion industry more.
Saying that, what do you think Thailand will be like in the next 20 years' time?
That's a really hard question.
Yeah, I know.
It's like 20 years is a really long time,
Yeah.
but Thailand in general, hopefully we'll have a big change, definitely. And so I hope people will be able to adapt with the changes they will have, and I hope that our education, everything is going to be better because now everything is really centralized only in Bangkok.
Yeah.
But Thailand is not Bangkok,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it's really hard to expand. But
Yeah.
20 years, I hope it's going to be at least somehow a little bit more equal than now, so that everybody have a chance to do whatever they want.
What will become of the Thai branding in the next 20 years' time?
Well, I was like I said before, just focus on fashion branding.
Yeah.
In the next 20 years' time, I'm pretty sure fashion is not something that you'll be in anymore. It's going to be more about personal style rather than what's the trend is. And because of all the e-commerce and all the internet,
Yeah.
you can show out more of what you are. So I think fashion branding would be really hard because rather than just cater to a group of people, now you have to cater just one single person because now each of them would have their own personal style. But I think it would be interesting because we have to be able to adapt with all the technology and everything around us, which should be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will become of you in the next 20 years' time?
I'll be like, what, 40 years? Well, hopefully I'll be a successful entrepreneur and still doing what I love. And I want to be someone that people remembers of, you know, like be an inspiration for girls or kids anywhere who want to do something and they dream about. I don't want to just be fashion because fashion only, you know, being a trend during a period of time. But I want to be known for like a generation, lifelong time. So I have to, you know, build up myself somehow to be an idol for someone, rather than know me as a blonde girl who's a daughter of someone, but know me as Piyavipa. Yeah.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And this is Piyavipa Indradat. Her promising future is ahead of her. A startling woman with heartfelt passion, surely an inspiration to us all.